Hi, this is Pastor Brad Rood from the crossing in Chugiak Eagle River. Sunrise. I remember cold mornings out hunting, shivering, stomping my frozen feet on the ground trying to warm them, my body literally aching for the sun to come up. And on those days when it did come up, by noon I could barely remember what it was like to be cold. Life can be like that. Hard times can so draw our attention that nothing else seems to matter, and then a little sun in the distance, a little hope. Come on, Lord, help me here. Malachi 4:2 says, "But for you who revere my name, the Son of Righteousness will rise with healing in its wings, and you will go out and leap like calves released from the stall." Life can be hard, but God is good, and better days are coming. Be blessed.
All right. I don't know what happened to the audio, but thanks for the live chat. If my wife wasn't up here, I might have gone 3 innings before I realized. Thank you. I knew there's a reason you came up and brought that Coke for me. So, well, sorry for the no audio. I was going jabbering on I've been calling the whole game, so I don't know when it went off. Sorry about that, folks. And now we can hear myself on the phone. So, all right, 2-2 count. Fouled straight back. And now we got still 2-2 count. This is Blake Baltz, the DH. And let me say it again. Blake Baltz is a freshman catcher, 5'10", 185. From Rancho Santa Margarita, California. He plays at UCLA when he's not playing for the Matsu Miners. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, nobody aboard. And ball's inside. Full count. We're at the 2 spot for the Miners. Drake Kerr grounded out to short. Yeah, he almost beat that out. Kind of a routine grounder to Oliver Dagenhart. And Kerr gets down the line pretty quickly. And it looked like an off-speed pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. First strikeout for Frankie Golko. Frankie has struck out 9 in 15 innings coming into tonight's ballgame. And with 2 outs, nobody aboard, here's Kyle McCausland, the left fielder. And Kyle McCausland, a junior, an outfielder, 6'2", 200, from Wellesley, Massachusetts, and Middlebury, Vermont. So I guess the school is Middlebury. The rosters aren't totally clear here. And line drive at David Broughton for out number 3. L5 if you're scoring at the house. That happened in a hurry. It's a perfect first inning for Frankie Golko. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. We're tied at 0 as we go to inning number 2. Back in just a minute. All right, appreciate the live chatter on the YouTube live chat. So apologize for the audio. I don't know what happened. It just went off. And so I'm using OBS. I had to delete and re-enter our audio sound mixer. But apologize for that. I was just jabbering on. My wife up here maybe distracting me. But she actually saw in the live chat. She goes, hey, look at that. There's no audio. And I looked up and I was, sure enough, we didn't have any audio showing on the mixer. So my apologies for that. Here we go, top of the second inning. 6, 7, and 8 for the Nooks. Cade Smith, the DH, will lead it off. The Chinooks wearing the red tops, gray pants tonight. Got the red paneled ball cap with the navy blue backing and the navy blue bill with the Chinook fish on the front. And the Miners have their kind of an old Oakland A type of uniform. All whites. I like them. Miners across the chest and the gold ball cap with the blue, green in the back and the green bill. And got the Matsu Miner kind of State of Alaska logo on the front of the ball cap. 2 balls and no strikes to DH Cade Smith. Breaking pitch right down the middle. And it's 2-1. Cade Smith out of the University of Arkansas. Next pitch is going to miss high, 3-1. 6 foot 200, a freshman from Searcy, Arkansas. Here's the 3-1, and he missed high. That's 2 walks in 2 innings for Ben Dete. And the Nooks have their leadoff runner aboard here in the second.
Now batting third baseman.
Now it's David Broughton.
Number 10, David Broughton.
So Broughton will step in with a runner first, no one out. 6'2", 200, a freshman from Quincy University, Fenton, Missouri native. Next pitch, First pitch misses high. And early on here now, Ben DeTay having a little trouble with his command. So far this summer, 8 innings pitched, 4 strikeouts, just 2 walks. So hasn't had this issue before. And sure enough, just as I say that, out goes Logan Vaughn to have a chat with the senior from the University of Iowa, Ben DeTay. This is DeTay's 3rd appearance and his 2nd start for the Miners. Miners right now are they won their last game, 2-3 in their last 5, 3-7 in their last 10, and the Chinooks are on a 3-game skid trying to stop that tonight, and they've been on a road trip for 2 weeks. Have not played in the friendly confines of Lee Jordan in 2 full weeks. We've been running that road between Chugiak and Anchorage ragged in the last couple of weeks. It's been pilots, Bucks, pilots. Had that showcase in between there. Played the Oilers and the Panthers in exhibition games along with the Bucks. So we'll be glad to get back to Lee Jordan tomorrow. Ground ball to short. Could be 2. 6, 4, and 3, and got him. Colonel Ted tried to sell the safe call over there. He's going to go have a chat with the umpire and see, maybe not.
Now batting.
That's a textbook double play.
17, R.J. Rickenbaugh.
Wasn't sure if it was hit hard enough, but he got Broughton on the 6-4-3 twin killing. 2 outs, nobody on, and now it's R.J. Rickenbaugh, the catcher. High and tight, ball 1. R.J. Rickenbaugh, 5'10", 195, a freshman from the University of Richmond. He is a Spider. Coatesville, Pennsylvania native. One ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Missed inside. 2-1. Mr. Umpire's trying to correct the scoreboard, and they got it right out there. So full windup for DeTay, and missed inside. 3-1. Ben DeTay, the Clive, Iowa native. Full windup. There's a solid strike. Looked like a kind of a slider, 3-1 slider. So now you got a full count, left-on-left matchup against R.J. Rickenbaugh. The pitch. Missed inside just by a tick. And it's walk number 3 for DeTay in the 2nd in the inning. Now it's the 9-hitter, Orion Medeiros.
University, number 21, Orion Medeiros.
Medeiros, first time up for the Chinooks. 6 foot, 200. A sophomore from Westmont University and a Hawaii native. And boy, pickoff. RJ scrambling back. We got a natural surface here, so got the dirt infield and the grass infield outfield. The grass here at Matsu really thick. Slows that ball down tremendously in the infield and in the outfield, so the ball does not roll quickly here. Not nearly as quickly as down in Anchorage or even at Lee Jordan with the turf infield. First pitch misses, it's 1-0. Medeiros, the 9-hitter in the Chinook lineup. Swing and a miss, chased a high one. 1 ball, 1 strike. Chinooks had 2 base runners on in the first inning. Louis Zuleika broke up the no-hitter with a double down the left field line. A walk to Groves, and we had a walk to lead this inning off to Cade Smith, but the double play erased the runner. And so now we got R.J. Rickenbaugh at first after he drew a 2-out walk. You know, well, I don't know. I don't think it's 2-1 now to Medeiros. Pitch. That's a good breaking ball. Kind of backdoor breaking ball right there to Orion. And it's 2-2. Deuce is wild on the board. 2 outs. Next pitch is inside, and it's a full count. So now you'll have R.J. Rickenbaugh off with his pitch. And they're going to continue to hold him here. A little surprised at that. Here's the payoff. And he hit him. That breaking ball got away from him. So 2 walks and a hit batter in 1 inning for starter Ben DeTay.
Truman State University.
And for the 2nd inning in a row, the Chinooks will have 2 on at once. Here's the top of the lineup, Oliver Dagenhart. Dagenhart lined out to first base his first time up, so he's 0 for 1 tonight. Dagenhart on the summer, a .231 average. Does have 1 double. He's got 1 home run and 4 driven in. Chinooks still under that 200 mark for the summer, 194 as a club. First pitch catches the top of the zone for strike 1. The Miners right ahead of the Chinooks, 196 average as a club. So I've noticed this some. Talked to Tyler LeBrun, the head coach for the Miners, about that, and he acknowledged that, the hitting this year for all the clubs in the ABL has been down a bit in terms of the start. The numbers here out of the gate, and that's kind of normal, but you would think now we're almost working on a month in or 3 weeks in, more than 3 weeks, that the hitters would start catching up, but so far not so much. Breaking ball in the dirt, and Dagenhart will strike out to end inning number 2 for the Chinooks. So that'll be strikeout number 2 for starter Ben DeTay. And we are through 1.5 innings here at Herman Brothers Field on the State Fairgrounds for Alaska. They have the State Fair here right after the ABL season ends, about the first and second weeks of August. And just off to the first base side of this ballpark are the Alaska State Fairgrounds. So beautiful setting and a beautiful night here for baseball in Palmer, Alaska. So still scoreless, back in just a minute. All right, we are gonna have some in-game interviews today as we work our way through. We'll try to get through these interviews, all the team, the whole club between now and Sunday. Sunday will be my wife and I's last day in Alaska. We've been coming up here for 12 years, and it's been an absolute joy and privilege to serve with Athletes in Action, the first 10 as head coach and the last couple as broadcaster and general manager. So we'll head down to Xenia, Ohio, and we'll be serving with the Xenia Scouts, the team in the Great Lakes League, for the second half of this summer. So not exactly sure who's going to be doing the games, but we should have a broadcast for you, but might have a number of different guest broadcasters along the way. But we got a few more nights in the saddle, so we'll enjoy those as we can. A beautiful night. Boy, the Lord's blessed us with some amazing weather in the last 2 weeks here in Alaska. And we're going to enjoy it all we can for a couple of more nights. For the Miners here in inning number 2, Christian Perez will lead it off. He's the cleanup hitter. Frankie Golko worked a perfect first inning. Ground ball, strikeout, line out to third. And now it's Christian Perez. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Well, appreciate the kind remarks from Miss Dagenhart and Miss Hayes. Checking in, letting us know that hopefully these sounds are coming through now. Good breaking ball. Catches the inside corner, and it's no balls, 2 strikes. Full windup for Frankie. And that just misses in the top part of the zone inside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Still scoreless. Bottom of the 2nd inning. Playing a real baseball game tonight. 9 innings. Pop up, left side, and who's going to get there? Brady coming way over. There's a massive amount of foul territory at this ballpark. You can't really see it, but I'm telling you, I don't know. 60 feet of foul territory down both baselines. I mean, it's just massive. I don't know if I've ever seen a ballpark with more foul territory than the Herman Brothers. So a long way to go for Brady Groves and for David Broughton and for Oliver Degenhardt. Nobody came up with that baseball. And it's a 1-2 count. Boy, off the fist, and Degenhardt takes it on one hop, rifles it across, one out. Boy, great pitch there by Frankie. Got way in on the hands, and Perez got jammed.
Your shortstop, number 1,
Here's Dom Patrizzi.
Patrizzi.
First time up for the Matsu shortstop. Patrizzi, a sophomore. 5'9", 170 from Marlton, New Jersey. Lehigh is where he goes to school. First pitch is in there, strike one. 4-5-6 for the Miners here in the second inning. Full windup for Frankie. Solid fastball right down Broadway. 0-2. Well, how nice will it be to get back over to Lee Jordan Field tomorrow night? 2 weeks, seems like 2 months. We'll play 3 in a row at home. And actually 4 in a row. Actually 5 in a row. And boy, that went right over our heads. And it's a 1-2 count. So 5 home games in a row. We play the Pilots tomorrow night, off Friday, Pilots on Saturday, these same Miners on Sunday. Be made aware of the game times on Saturday and Sunday is another foul ball. Oh, he swung and missed. And again, with all this massive foul territory, this is one of the things I don't like about this ballpark. On a strikeout, it is every bit of, I don't know, 70 feet from home plate to the fence, maybe 80.
Number 31, Kellen Strohmeyer.
And anytime the ball gets away from the catcher and goes to the screen back here, it's going to be at least one base. And so the strikeout, there's your first base runner. And it'll be a wild pitch, and there goes the perfect game. First pitch off the plate, ball one. This is Kellen Strohmeyer. He's the right fielder. And Strohmeyer, 6'3", 210 from Dubuque, Iowa, the University of Iowa. Pretty well hit center field, but Jaden Hill's got a beat on it and makes the grab for out number 2. So the lone base runner has been a strikeout victim.
Out of Texas A&M Corpus
And
Christi,
here is
catcher,
Logan
number
Vaughn,
26,
the catcher.
Logan Vaughn.
Logan Vaughn, 6'1", 205. Texas A&M Corpus Christi is where he goes to school. He's a native of Coweta, Oklahoma. Steps in from the left side, another lefty for Coach Tyler LeBrun. Congratulations to he and his wife as they had their first baby in the offseason. Fly ball center. This is Jaden Hill. Easy catch out there. Makes the grab, and there's your inning. F8 if you're scoring at the house. No runs on no hits. You had one base runner reach on a wild pitch after a strikeout. And we're through 2 complete innings here in Palmer, Alaska. It's the Miners 0 and the Chinooks 0. Back in just a minute. Louis Zuleika will lead it off for the Chinooks here, top of the third inning. Beautiful night for baseball here in Palmer, Alaska. First visit for the Chinooks to this ballpark in the 2024 campaign. We'll be back here 4 more times. And I think 1 Saturday and then 3 consecutive Fridays. And he fought it off, and there's another hit for Louis. He's 2 for 2. Had a base hit, hit a double into the left field corner his first time up, and that he got jammed on it, but fought it off and got it over Nick
Jaden Hill.
Nick Bisaccia, the second baseman, kind of lifted it over his head, and it fell in front of the right fielder Strohmeyer, and the Chinooks have their leadoff batter aboard again here in the third inning. That ball's hammered left field back, and that ball is over the head of the left fielder McCausland. It'll be a double for Jaden Hill. And the Chinooks got something brewing here in the third inning. Single, double. Zuleika single to right field, and on the first pitch he saw, Jaden Hill hammered that ball over the head of Kyle McCausland. So you got first and second, nobody out, and now it's Brady Groves.
Out of Overland College, left fielder number 3, Braden Grove.
Let's see, they're going to bring the corner infielders in. Middle guys are going to stay back. Still scoreless, top of 3, but the Chinooks, a golden opportunity here. First pitch to Brady in there for a strike. It's 0-1. Yeah, Greg made a comment earlier about the A&M pitching change, or coaching change. Give you my opinion on that as we get a chance. Swing and a miss on a high fastball. Quickly 0-2 on Brady. Boy, Brady really need to just put it in play here. If you can get that ball in the ground up the middle, you're going to get a run out of it. Fly ball deep enough, you get a run out of it. You got to stay away from the strikeout or the infield pop-up here. 0-2 pitch. There's a pop-up out of play. Nice crowd gathering here at Herman Brothers tonight on a beautiful night for baseball. And by the way, I love the 6 o'clock starts. We used to play 7 o'clock starts for about 2/3 of the season. And then the last 2 weeks we'd play 6 o'clock starts because we do start losing daylight. And none of the fields have lights. Strike 3 called, backdoor breaking ball. Good pitch by Ben Dete. And there's out number 1. That's going to be strikeout number 3 for Dete. And that comes at a big time. And now it's the 5-hitter, Jordan Jaffe, flew out to center field to end the first inning. Jaffe 0 for 1. Dete started the inning with 43 pitches in his first 2 innings of work. Breaking pitch across the zone inside ball 1. Jordan Jaffe, 194 so far this summer. Couple of doubles, a homer, 2 RBIs. 1-0 count. The set, the pitch. Caught the corner. Thought it was outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Zuleika, a single to right. Jaden Hill, a double over the left fielder's head. And then a strikeout of Brady Groves looking. That's where we're at. Second and third, 1 out. The pitch. Another backdoor breaker. That's been an effective pitch this inning for the senior from Clive, Iowa, Ben Dete. 1 ball, 2 strikes. You got to compete here. Again, we could not get any production in the previous at bat. Brady took a 3rd strike. You got to be aware of that. The 1-2, fastball up, 2-2. Well, you just need to put this thing in play. The corners remain even with the bags here, so they're cutting that run down on the corners. You get a ground ball to short or second, you're going to get a run, or a fly ball that's deep enough for the tag. Here's the 2-2. Swing and a miss. Boy, another good breaking ball. And what a nice job here so far by Ben Dete. After getting 2 base runners on, both in scoring position, he strikes out his 3rd and 4th batter of the evening in Groves and Jaffe, and now it's up to Cade Smith. He drew a walk his first time up, and Cade Smith, 083 on the summer, 1 out of 12. First pitch is on the corner. Boy, starting to find a rhythm out there is Ben DeTay. He's thrown some really good two-strike breaking balls. And he starts out, Cade Smith, with a pretty good pitch right there. It's 0-1. The set, the pitch. And that's going to be in the dirt. Nice job there by Logan Vaughn, the catcher, saving a run. We talked about how far this screen is behind home plate. Anything that gets by these catchers is going to go a long way. And that I've seen 2 runs scored on pass balls or wild pitches here. And so you got good speed on the bases right now. Here's the pitch. Fastball. Boy, got that call. Top of the zone, outside of the zone. So I like it. Let's just stay with that zone the rest of the ball game. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Still scoreless, top of the 3rd inning here at Herman Brothers Field in Palmer, Alaska. The pitch. Same spot, different result. Call the ball. Mr. Umpire shaking his head. That was really close. It's a danger when you start expanding just a bit, and everybody expects everything called a strike. Deuce is wild on the board with 2 on for the Chinooks. 2nd and 3rd. The pitch. Another good breaking ball, and boy, you talk about getting out of trouble. Ben DeTay, 3 consecutive strikeouts. That's 5 for the ball game. He gives up a single and a double, and he wiggles out of it with 3 punch-outs. No runs on 2 hits. You leave 2 guys in scoring position, and you might look back at that inning as something that might have been for the Chinooks. We'll head to the bottom of the 3rd, still scoreless. Stay with us, back in a minute. Scoreless. Stay with us, back in a minute.
All right, we're going to have a chat with Louis Zulaika. And Louis, tell folks a little bit about yourself, about where your hometown is, where you play college ball, the positions that you play for the Chinooks, and then maybe a little bit about how you ended up being a Chinook.
Okay, so I live in Morgan Hill, California, which is south of San Francisco. If you know where San Jose is, it's just south of San Jose. Okay. I finished my 2nd year of junior college at Gavilan Community College in Gilroy, California, which is just south of Morgan Hill. So I
Not
play
too far from home.
Not too far. It's like a 12-minute drive.
Okay.
On the Chinooks, I've been playing second, short, and I also pitch.
Okay.
Yeah, and I came across the Chinooks because of a guy named Ryan Matheson, who was on the team last year.
You know Ryan?
Yep.
Okay.
And I trained with him. He trains at Matt Rossi. Shout out Matt Rossi. He's probably not listening, but he may be. Who knows?
Never know.
He's our trainer, so he's like, you should play summer ball with the Chinooks. And I was like, what's that all about? He's like, it's in Alaska.
Yeah.
It's a cool opportunity with AIA. And I was like, what's AIA? And he started explaining it. It's a Christian, it's a discipleship program along with baseball. And I was like, what better than discipleship and baseball?
Exactly. And a Midnight Sun.
Yeah, Midnight Sun, that was a long game.
Well, Ryan was a multi-year Chinook, and so good memories. He played for me 1 year, and then last year he was part of a good club as well. We had a number of guys from the Masters, and I want to say he transferred from a junior college to the Masters, so that's where he's at now. And he was like you. He was a two-way guy.
Yeah.
Infielder, pitcher. So
he may get drafted this year.
Yeah, I hope so. Talk about maybe in things that may be memorable in the first couple of weeks of your time here. I mean, on or off the field, anything that strikes you as memorable?
Oh man, one of the host moms made their host's son a breakfast burrito, and come to find it was moose sausage in the breakfast burrito. That was pretty memorable. Moose? Never, but I was like, this does not taste like anything I've ever tasted before, but it's really good.
Okay.
Second most memorable thing, me and my roommate or housemate, Orion. We went out to our host dad's property to shoot all different sorts of guns from different wars. So we shot ones from World War II, World War I, Revolutionary War.
Oh my!
So that was really fun. Second time ever shooting guns, so that was really memorable.
Well, any hiking, wildlife, anything like that?
Yes, I did not know much about moose and how they are slightly more deadly than bears, actually.
Right.
So I actually got pretty close to a moose probably in the first week.
Okay.
I was probably about 25 feet away from a moose. So, but now I know not to do that.
Right. Especially if they got a calf.
Yep. I didn't see any calves.
Okay.
It didn't seem like it was unfriendly, so I thought it was safe at the time. But now that I know that they're not that safe, I'll probably keep my distance. But they're beautiful, humongous creatures. But it's been really cool just to be in Alaska and just change the scenery. But just, I mean, snow on the mountains. In California, there's a bunch of mountains, but not much snow on them. Right. It's just evidence of God's beautiful creation, all the more. And I'm just so blessed to be here.
Well, thanks for taking time to talk to me. Any shout outs to family or friends back home?
Yeah, shout out to my mom, Christina, my dad, Louis. I'm Louis Jr., so shout out Dad, and my sister Allison, her boyfriend Jack. Shout out Grandma Judy and Papa T.
Awesome.
And also Bentley, my dog. So
Louis, thanks for taking time. I hope the rest of your summer goes just awesome. I appreciate your time.
Thank you, John.
All right, big shout out to Louis Zuleika as we work our way through some of those in-game interviews, and a two-way guy, just like I didn't know he knew Ryan Matheson, and we'll wish Ryan the best in the upcoming draft. There's a bunt, third base side, tough play. Broughton bare hands throws the first, not in time. Perfectly laid down bunt by leadoff hitter Drake Kerr, and you got 2 on and 1 out here in the third inning for the Miners.
Out of UCLA, number 5, Blake Baltz.
So we're at the 2 spot now. Blake Baltz will step in. He struck out swinging his first time up. The inning started with Chase Wilcox getting hit by the first pitch of the inning. So he was at first. Then a little soft liner by Nick Basaccia to Louis Zuleika at second base was the first out of the inning. And then you just saw Kerr lay down a perfect drag bunt. And you got first and second, 1 out here in the third inning for the Miners. Runner off with a pitch. No play anywhere. Nobody's. Well, boy, that was. Wilcox got a great jump at second base. And RJ knew he had no shot at third. He tried to throw to the back door. Drake Kerr stealing second. And nobody was home. He was ready to throw to second. There was no one covering the bag. So a little defensive miscue there by the Chinook infield. And the Miners take full advantage. Second and third, 1 out. So let's see if the Miners can capitalize as they put some guys in scoring position. The Chinooks have had their opportunity, as the Nooks have left 6 on base, 4 in scoring position in the first 3 innings. And now the Miners have an opportunity here in their half of the third. 2-0 count to Blake Baltz. He drops that breaking ball right over the inside corner for a strike. Nicely done there by Frankie Golko, the senior from Salem University. Frankie's 4th appearance of the summer. All 4 as a starter. 15 innings, 9 strikeouts, 5 walks coming in. Opposing hitters, 259 off the big right-hander. Here's the 2-1. Just off, not much. Did not miss by much. 3-1. Frankie started the inning with 26 pitches going into this third inning. Breaking pitch right over the heart of the plate. 3 balls and 2 strikes now. It's a big spot in the ball game. We're still early, playing at 9. But the Miners now and the Nooks are doing the same thing. The corner infielders are even with the bag. The middle guys are giving up the run on a routine grounder. Here's the payoff. Swing and a miss. Got him. Boy, that really nice breaking ball. And that's 2 strikeouts now for Baltz. That's 3 strikeouts for Frankie Golko. Here's Kyle McCausland.
Number 30, Kyle
McCausland
McCausland
lined out to third base his first time up. So he's 0 for 1. Frankie Golko, 38 pitches. Now as we work in the third inning, 2 outs, and now you're 1 out away from wiggling out of trouble of your own. First pitch misses high, ball 1. Well, a big thank you to Louis Zuleika for that interview. We'll go through, let's see who's going to be next here. I think we're going to go to John Green next, and then Keaton Laidley. Those will be the 3 that we'll do tonight. Ball in the dirt. RJ does a nice job of keeping that thing close to home plate, saving a run right there. So John Green will come up on the in-game interview here in a little bit, and then a little bit later on we'll go to Keaton Laidley. We will work our way through the rest of these interviews as we've got 3 home games coming up: Thursday, Saturday, Sunday. Pop-up. And who's going to call it? Broughton's at third base. He's going to drift into foul territory. And let's see, Mr. Umpire is going to say that was foul. So McCausland, a pop-up to third, P05 if you're scoring at the house. And, boy, Frankie Golko returns the favor. No runs on 1 hit. You leave 2 on in scoring position. Both pitchers have done a nice job of wiggling out of trouble here in the early going. We're still scoreless. We're headed to inning number 4. Back in a minute. Seven, 8, 9 for the Nooks as we play on. Top of the 4th inning. Beautiful night here in Palmer, Alaska. Started the game 70 degrees, 58% humidity. First pitch to Broughton misses high, ball 1. Well, your line score 0-3-0 for the Nooks, 0-1-0 for the Miners. Pop-up, left side, playable here. And Wilcox at third base in foul territory gathers it in for out number 1. So 1 up, 1 down here in the 4th inning. Now it's R.J. Rickabaugh. He walked his first time out. Broughton now 0 for 2. He grounded into a double play his first time out. Now it's R.J. Rickabaugh.
Catcher, number 17, R.J. Rickabaugh.
So Rickabaugh drew the walk. He'll step in with 1 out, nobody aboard. First pitch swing, and that's to third. You catch it, you throw it, and there's 2 outs. Well, nice play over there by Chase Wilcox. He's handled both of them. And now it's the 9-hitter, Orion Medeiros. And Orion 118 average on the summer. That would be 2 for 17. Scored 3 runs, does have a double, and has driven in a couple of RBI. First pitch in there for a strike. Boy, breaking ball got in on his hands and fouls it straight back. And I believe we're 0-2 here. Scoreboard not cooperating. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The wind, the pitch. And that's straight back, boy. You need to stay away from the camera. That Chinook camera wasn't far from that foul ball. Got a little wave action on the on the fence. The next 0-2 pitch. And there's another foul ball that gets over the screen, and I don't know where it ended up landing, but we got a really nice gathering of fans here tonight, as they often do here in the Valley. Pop up right field. This is an easy play out there for Strohmeyer. He'll make the grab, and there's your inning. Well, it's a nice clean inning for Ben DeTay. F9 if you're scoring at the house. No runs on no hits and nobody left on. The Chinooks have left 6 on base, 4 in scoring position. And we're about to head to the bottom of inning number 4. And Mr. DeTay for the Miners, now 68 pitches through the first 4 innings of work. That was a 7-pitch inning for the left-hander from Clive, Iowa. Still scoreless. Bottom of the 5th coming up. Back in a minute. Four, 5, and 6 for Matsu here in inning number 4. I mistakenly said it was the 5th inning. Bottom of 4. Christian Perez, the first baseman, grounded out to shortstop his first time up, so he's 0 for 1 tonight. First pitch takes inside, ball 1. Perez 189 on the summer. Fouls it off. 1 ball, 1 strike. 7 for 37, scored 3 runs. He's driven 3 in. Does not have an extra base hit yet. And there's another single. And Perez leads the 4th inning off with a base hit up the middle. Runner at first, no one out. Here's Dom Patrizzi.
Dom Patrizzi.
So Patrizzi, 204 average for the Miners. 3 doubles. He does have a home run, and he has driven in 10. That's got to be among the league leaders. We'll have to peek at the leaderboard for the ABL, but got to believe that's going to be up there. And that is up there. He's leading the ABL in RBI, and the leading RBI guy lays down a bunt and moves Perez to second base. So there you go. Sacrifice 1-3. You're scoring at the house. Perez to second with 1 out. Here's Kellen Strohmeyer.
Iowa, right fielder, number 31, Kellen Strohmeyer.
So you got some league leaders. If you go to the ABL site, they got the league. You can go to the stats page. And we've got a couple of leaders tonight. Jacob Hayes among the league leaders in average. He's hitting 350, and that's 1, 2, 3, 4th in the league. Pop up left side of the infield. This is going to be Oliver Degenhardt drifting over toward the foul line. Makes the grab. And there's 2 outs. Good job by Ollie to stay with that ball. And there's 2 outs.
Your catcher out of Texas A&M Corpus Christi.
So here's Logan Vaughn now. That was Strohmeyer. Now it's Vaughn, the 7-hitter, the catcher. Flew out to center his first time up. So he's 0 for 1. Runner at second base with 2 outs. So in this ball game, Hayes among the leaders in average. Patrizzi leading the league in RBI with 10. And Kerr is also among the leaders in RBI with 7. and Wilcox has got 7. So you got some league leaders in this game tonight in some of these offensive categories. First pitch swinging, easy play for Louis Zuleika, and there's your inning. 4-3 if you're scoring at the house. No runs on 1 hit. You leave 1 guy on. We have a good pitcher and defense type of ball game tonight. And we're scoreless through the first 4 innings. Back in just a minute.
With all the fixings.
Welcome back to the Matsu Valley, Herman Brothers Field on the Alaska State Fairgrounds in Palmer, Alaska. Home of the Matsu Miners. First trip for the Chinooks to this field. And boy, they've got a beautiful backdrop. You can't quite see it, but just behind the left field fence is Pioneer Peak. I want to say it's close to 7,000 feet. Still plenty of snow up there. And one of the most picturesque backdrops in all the ABL. I'm preferential to Lee Jordan, but that's just me. Coached there for 10 years. But this is as beautiful a backdrop as you'll have in the league with those mountains back there. And next pitch is grounded to third, and a lot of activity over there. Nice job by Wilcox to take care of that one. And there's 1 up and 1 down. That was Oliver Dagenhart hitting the first pitch and grounding over to Chase Wilcox. Now it's Louis Zuleika. What a night Louis have, 2 for 2. So Louis, another good night at the plate. Coming into tonight, Louis was a 190 hitter so far this summer. First pitch called a strike. 4 for 21. 1 driven in for Louis. You got, I was going to kind of highlight some of the other leaders in this game, in the ABL stat leaders. Matsu's got a couple of stolen base guys, Kerr and Bisaccia. As Louis drills this ball to left field, but it's right at the left fielder, McCausland, and there's 2 outs. L7 if you're scoring at the house.
Out of Arkansas
And
State University, number 15, center.
Shao is also leading among the leaders with 4 steals. So you got in third place is Kerr, 5 steals, Bisaccia with 4, and Shao with 4 for the Miners. For the Chinooks, first pitch to Jaden. He pops it up right side. A lot of room here in front of the Miner dugout. And what a nice play by the catcher, Logan Vaughn. Ranged way over in front of the Miner dugout. That'll go PO2, and quickly 1, 2, 3 for Ben DeTay. And no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. We're halfway home here in Palmer, Alaska. Still scoreless. Back in just a minute. Well, would love to hear from as many of you that are out there watching. I know kind of laid back home Back home, it's a little after 10 o'clock Central Time. My wife and I live in Tyler, Texas. I broadcast for Tyler Junior College and UT Tyler baseball in the spring. Usually do about 60 ball games for those two teams. Along with being a full-time professor at Tyler Junior College, adjunct professor at UT Tyler. And really have enjoyed raising our family in East Texas. Been doing the Alaska thing for 12 summers. My wife and I will be headed down to Xenia, Ohio to finish up the summer with the AIA team, the Xenia Scouts. Got a few more nights here in the saddle, so we'll enjoy every minute of it. Stepping in for the Miners, 8-9-1. This is Chase Wilcox, the third baseman. He got hit by a pitch his first time up. Foul tip and strike one. Oh 4-0 for the Chinooks. 0-2-0 for the Miners. Pitching and defense tonight, and mostly pitching. Haven't had a ton of web gems yet. Mostly routine plays, swing and a foul tip. 0-2. That last inning for Ben Dete, 5 pitches. His last 2 innings have been 7 pitches and 5. So might have to start stretching out those at bats if you're a Chinook batter. Frankie Golko, a 6-pitch inning, his last inning. So another foul ball off to the left side this time. And the count remains 0-2 on the 8 batter, third baseman Chase Wilcox. Frankie from the full windup. The 0-2. Grounded is short. Oliver fields it, throws it. 1 out. And that's what we had. And you know what? The grass infield here, if you can get ground balls here at Matsu, you're gonna do well, because this grass just absolutely eats up those grounders. Stepping in now is the second baseman, Nick Bisaccia, lined out to second base his first time up, so he's 0 for 1. First pitch, I thought he went, and the home plate umpire says yes, he did. 0-1. Next pitch from Frankie, catches the corner. It's 0-2. Well, let's see here. Looks like the Pilots are off tonight, as the Bucks are at the Oilers for 5 nights. Check swing, thought he went again, and yes, he did. Strikeout, back-to-back outs here for Frankie, and that strikeout will be number 4 of the night. Back to the top of the lineup, Drake Kerr. He's 1 for 2. Infield single his last time up. Kerr is 1 for 2 tonight. Grounded a short and a base hit. And it was a little tapper that David Broughton tried to barehand and just couldn't get it over there in time to get the speedy Kerr. First pitch misses, ball one. So appreciate all the shout-outs. If you haven't given us a shout-out yet, let us know who you're rooting for, where you're watching from on this Wednesday evening. Chinooks will be happy to be playing a home game. The only negative about playing at home for these guys is that they all have duties. They have jobs to do at home. They got to set things up. We got a souvenir tent. We got flags to set up, water in the dugouts, bases to put in, gear to get out. You know, when you go on the road, the other team does all the prep work, and you just get to play. So that's the only negative. We got 5 in a row at home, so better get used to it. Ground ball, third base side, foul. Most of these guys are used to that type of thing, so not a big deal. The souvenir tent is one of the bigger things that takes a little bit more time, and what we do is about halfway through the season, we kind of shift those job duties so you're not doing the souvenir tent all summer long. So anyways, looking forward to getting back to Lee Jordan tomorrow. Pop-up ought to play right side. Count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes on leadoff hitter Drake Kerr. Let's see. I was going to pull up some of these stat leaders. See if we had any pitching leaders. There's a grounded to short, and Oliver up with it, throws across. There it is, a 1-2-3 inning for Frankie Golko. We got a great game going tonight. Another 0 on the board. 3 up, 3 down, nothing across. The Miners have left 4 on, 3 in scoring position. Frankie Gulko started the inning with 47 pitches. And let's take a peek at where he's at. He's now at 54, so a 7-pitch inning after a 6-pitch inning. And these guys are getting really into a rhythm here. And it looks like the Miners are going to their bullpen. We'll let you know who the new pitcher is when we return. Still scoreless as we go to the top of the 6th.
1-0.
Brady Groves will lead it off for the Chinooks as we play on here, top of the 6th inning. New pitcher for the Miners, Jack Hostetler, 6'3", 235, a right-handed junior from Encinitas, California. Whitman College player. First pitch misses, ball 1. Still scoreless as we play on here in the 6th inning. Swing and a miss. The pitchers have just done a nice job of. We had a couple of jams on both sides, and both starting pitchers were able to wiggle out of trouble with no runs scored. Both teams had second and third scenarios, and in I think really both instances there was less than 2 outs, and you got actually 1 out or nobody out, and the Miner pitcher. Ben Dete struck out 3 Chinooks in a row. That was in the 3rd inning. Leadoff single by Zuleika, a double by Hill. Groves, Jaffe, Smith all struck out, and the guys were left on base. Chopper to 3rd, foul. And the count stays 2 balls, 2 strikes on the Yeoman from Oberlin College, Brady Groves. I don't remember where everyone went to school, but guy who's wearing my jersey wore that number 3 for 10 years, the Chinook skipper. Good to see it's being put to good use. Here's the next 2-2 offering, fouls it off, and we'll do it again, and we'll have a little wave here as that thing hit just below where our camera is. Officially, Brady Groves tonight, 0 for 1, a strikeout and a walk. Next 2-2 pitch. Strike 3 called. Boy, what a pitch that was. That ball had some hair on it. First strikeout of the night for Hostetler. And that's 6 strikeouts now for Miner pitching. That ball, he dotted that thing on the black of the outside corner, and Brady just froze. Not a lot to do there. Here's Jordan Jaffe. You see that kind of pitch with 2 strikes, you just try to foul it off and get you a better one. First pitch, same spot, same result, strike one. Jaffe, a fly ball to center, and a strikeout swinging. He's 0 for 2. And that pitch is off the plate. Next pitch, right back. Oh, well, I thought he caught it, and well, they got him. Well, what a play that was. It went through the wickets of the pitcher. Jack Hostetler on right between his legs, right over the second base bag, and Dom Patrizi stayed with it and made the play. 6-3 if you're scoring at the house, but that was more interesting than the 6-3 would indicate on the score sheet, as it went right between the legs of relief pitcher Jack Hostetler and right over second base. And Patrizi does a nice job of ranging over and making a good play. First pitch is going to be in there for strike one to Cade Smith, a DH. A walk, a strikeout swinging. Cade 0 for 1. Boy, nice breaking ball. 0-2. Tell you what, Jack Hostetler, he's throwing the ball well in his first inning of work here. Top of the 6th. The set, he likes to go from the set, the pitch. And that breaking ball is sharp, and it's 2 planes. It goes down and away from these righties. Glad you're with us on an absolutely gorgeous night for baseball here in Alaska. What a string of weather we've had in the early part of this season. The 0-2 off the plate there. Two outs, nobody aboard. 1-2 pitch. Way inside, 2-2. Brady Grove struck out looking. Jaffe grounded out to short. We're in the top of the 6th of a scoreless tie. Miners have lost 2 of those sudden death games this summer. The 2-2 pitch popped up out of play to the right side. The Chinooks have played 1 sudden death game, and they won it. They won it 0-0. If you remember a couple of weeks ago at Lee Jordan Field in the first game of the doubleheader, we went to sudden death, and the Nooks chose defense and held up and got that win over the Pilots in sweeping that doubleheader. Just off the plate, maybe a tick low, as Hostetler tries to get Cade Smith to go fishing. He's not biting. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Hostetler the set, the kick, the pitch. Strike 3 called. There's that Dotton. Boy, perfect pitch right there on the outside corner. Second strikeout for Jack Hostetler. 7 strikeouts for Miner pitching tonight as we work through the 6th inning. No runs, no hits, no errors. The Chinooks go in order here. They have left 6 on base, 4 in scoring position. And let's see what Hostetler threw that inning. That was a pretty efficient inning. And let's see here. Jack Hostetler, 17 pitches in his first inning of work. And for the Miners, as we move toward the bottom of the 6th inning, it'll be the meat of their lineup. 2, 3, 4. Baltz, McCausland, Perez. Back in a minute.
All right, we're outside the Chinook dugout right before batting practice. We're with John Green, Grace Christian University, Grand Rapids, Michigan. So talk about your hometown, the position you play, kind of introduce yourself to our viewers.
Well, I'm John Green. Grand Rapids it's weird. It's not a big city, but it's not a small city.
Right.
And
kind of a medium-sized city.
Yeah, well, it's weird. It's like a medium-sized city that's not medium-sized. I was like, yeah, no, there's a lot of dew down there. There's
the Bob, which stands for Big Old Building,
Okay.
where it's filled with like a bunch of bars and all that.
Okay.
And there's the Griffins. It's a minor league hockey
Okay.
right next to it. And then they play in the same thing as the Denver Nuggets G League team.
Okay.
And yeah.
So a lot of sports in that area.
Oh yeah, definitely. And like concerts and all that.
I actually played against. There's a junior college there, I think.
GRCC.
Yeah. So in my junior college playoffs, we played against them.
Yeah. They had a guy hit 368. He was a freshman.
Okay.
Yeah, I played with them.
They had pretty good. They always had pretty good teams when I
Yeah.
was good. And that was obviously 40 years ago.
It was
so.
like there's 3 or 4 people from my high school there.
So you're actually from the school that our pitching coach Kyle Peets is from,
Yeah.
correct? And
Yep.
so is that the connection that was made to get you on the Chinooks? How did you end up being a Chinook?
It was actually my head coach.
Okay.
Coach Wolf.
Okay.
He just randomly one practice I went early because he let pitchers do fielding early on.
Okay.
And I was handing him baseballs, and I said, "Do you want to go to Alaska or Ohio?" And I'm like, "Why would I want to go to Ohio?"
Come on now.
Yeah.
I grew up in Ohio, so
well.
it's okay. I get it.
Yeah. So I was like, Alaska,
Right.
and then
I'm looking over your shoulder at these unbelievable mountains, right?
Oh,
Back
yeah.
behind those bleachers, there's amazing mountains.
Yeah.
So I get it.
So I pitched a bullpen for Ted
Okay.
at
Yeah.
Cincinnati.
Nice. Yeah.
Yeah, which was nice. And then that's pretty much like how Coach Peets was actually asked to be the head coach when we were going to regionals.
Okay.
Well in advance when I like committed to play here. So yeah, that's
All right.
kind of how I came here.
So talk about the first 3 weeks, your first impressions of just what we do and how we do it in the Alaska Baseball League, just your whole experiences. Anything stand out in the first 3 weeks?
The views,
You're
views in the baseball. As like I come from a tiny school. I'm not used to pitching against people from like Arizona State,
Right.
like D1. I'm used to
Right.
people who barely played high school.
Right.
So yeah, it's weird.
So that's going to do nothing but make you better.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Well, that's exciting. Anything else, anything off the field that has, been memorable for you?
I think Sam told the story. We were hiking and we saw this baby moose like in this trail, and we did not know what to do. It was horror. It was
Right.
It was so scary. And
You guys knew the mama was close.
yeah. Well, the part of that was we went home, and our host family called us cowards because we were scared of this baby moose.
Ugh.
And we're like, "You're the ones telling us
Exactly.
to stay away from them."
No, you did well. You're standing in front of me, so that's
Oh, yeah.
testimony that you did the
yeah.
right thing.
Yeah, definitely.
So, any shout outs to people back home?
Definitely my dad and mom.
Okay.
And my sisters are pretty cool, and my dog Roxy.
Okay. Awesome. Well, I can identify with one of the people you identify with. I remember watching Mark the Bird Fidrich pitch.
Yeah.
And I agree that you got some mannerisms kind of like the Bird.
Yeah.
Bird had some amazing years for the Tigers, so.
I have some opinions on him. I think I watched like documentaries and all that.
Right.
And when the opposing teams ask you to pitch, you can't get much better than that.
Well, thanks for what you're bringing to the Chinook team. I hope this summer is great for you. And thanks for taking a few minutes to talk to me.
Yeah, no problem.
A big shout out to John Green. So he's our second in-game interview tonight. And we'll have one more, and it will be Keaton Laidley, young man from Aledo, Texas, Paris Junior College player, a Dragon from Paris Junior College. Got to call some Dragon games against the Tyler Junior College Apaches. In the interim here, the two-hitter, Blake Baltz, grounded to first base. Easy play for Jaffe to take himself. Kyle McCausland, the left fielder, just hit a ball in the sixth hole. There he goes. You throw it down, and boy, out by a mile. Nice throw by R.J. Rickabaugh, 2-6. Caught stealing. McCausland had hit a ball in the sixth hole that Oliver Dagenhart made a nice play on. He got the glove on it and knocked it down, picked it up and threw, and McCausland was able to beat it out for an infield single, but he just got hosed by R.J. Rickabaugh at second. So now you got nobody on 2 outs. A little pop fly to left. This is Brady Groves, and he can't get there. It's going to fall right in front of Brady in left field for a single. So second hit of the inning. As Perez, that's Christian Perez.
Number 1.
He gets his second hit of the night.
Patrici.
And here's Dom Patrici, the shortstop, the 5-hitter. Laid down a sac bunt his first time up. and actually reached on a strikeout back in the second inning as the ball got away from RJ and went back to the fence. So it was a strikeout wild pitch. So he's 0 for 1 officially. Frankie Golko, the set and the pitch. First pitch swinging, fouls it back. It's 0-1. So we'll play Keaton here in an inning or so, and we'll continue on as we work our way kind of numerically through the roster here. And so we still haven't gotten interviews with Orion, Aiden Collins, Cade Smith, Gavin Alvetti. Those are the last 4 I haven't gotten interviewed yet. I will play. I have Cade Fujioka on tape, so that one's in the can. And we'll get those other guys as we finish up with 3 more games after tonight. So we get the Pilots tomorrow at home. Thank you, Lord, we're back home for the first time in 2 weeks. And I know those guys will appreciate having the Chinook fans come out to the ballpark. So if you're in the area, please bring some people with you. That's a foul ball. And it popped out of RJ's glove. Well, I think it was a foul ball. What are they going to do here? RJ's talking to the home plate umpire. He wasn't sure if it hit the batters and giving no indication that it hit him at all. RJ and the batter are having a little chat here. Now the umpires are going to get together. I think this has got to be a foul ball. The batter, I'll tell you right now, when the batter gets hit, nowadays they are taking off to first base. I don't think there's, I don't know why. Okay, foul ball, very good. They're going to, everybody agrees that it tipped off the bat. I heard a little bit of a double hit. Now here comes Tyler LeBrun. You got to do this. This is an obligatory. Just tell me what you saw. Tell me what And Mr. Umpire is going through the explanation here. Tyler LeBrun and his wife had their first child in the offseason, so said his wife and baby came up just not long ago. He was up here a few weeks before they got here, so big congratulations. I've enjoyed coaching against Tyler and also just talking to him over the years. And he said it was hard to come up here without his wife and child for a couple of weeks, but they're back in the saddle here now with him. So really nice to reconnect with him before the ball game. This is the first game. I think we played the Miners at home when I was out of town at a family wedding earlier. So it's the first game I've called against the Miners this year, and we'll have another game Sunday. That'll be our last broadcast before we head to Xenia, Ohio, and that'll be against the Miners at home on Sunday afternoon. By the way, just want to remind you all, Saturday game, 4 o'clock start, Alaska time, and then Sunday, a 2 o'clock start, Alaska time. 1-2 pitch. Thought he went. Strike 3 on the outside corner, and there's your inning. Don Patrizzi, a strikeout victim. That's going to be strikeout number 5 for Frankie Golko. No runs on 2 hits. You leave 1 guy on. And we are through 6 complete innings. And what a game we got. 0-0. Both teams with 4 hits. No errors committed. For the Chinooks in the 7th inning, 7-8-9. Broughton, Rickabaugh, Maderos. Back in a minute.
7-0.
Hi, I'm Pastor Brad Root from the Crossing in Chugiak Eagle River. I love to hike in the mountains, above tree line, in the gray rock. There's really nothing like it. I especially love standing on top of the highest peak, sometimes a rounded knob, but more often a razor's edge. Each view for 360 degrees is like a gift to me. I never tire of the view. Those hikes for me are a continuous outpouring of prayer and praise. Even on the mountaintop, God is there. Psalm 139, 7 through 10 says, "Where can I go from your spirit? Where can I flee from your presence? If I go up to the heavens, you are there. If I make my bed in the depths, you are there. If I rise on the wings of the dawn, if I settle on the far side of the sea, even there your hand will guide me. Your right hand will hold me fast." The God who sees you and knows you is with you. Rejoice and give thanks today. Have pleasant conversation with the Lord. Set your heart on Him, and you will be blessed.
All right, big thank you to Brad Rude, the pastor of the Crossing, our host church, for that encouragement. Just a reminder that God is everywhere, and boy, you can't come out to this ballpark and not recognize that with the Pioneer Peak that you see beyond left field here at the ballpark, covered with snow. Just a beautiful reminder that God is the creator of all things, and just a constant reminder when you're in Alaska, the nature, the beauty, and the baseball. These guys are all gifted players from all over the lower 48, and they get to come to a beautiful place and enjoy a kids game for about 2 months. And so thanks, Pastor Brad, for the reminder. What a great teacher he is. Our guys, that's our host church. So most of our host families are from the Crossing Church in Chugiak. And I'm thankful that on Sunday mornings when we're in town, they get to hear Pastor Brad teach God's Word. That's pretty cool. Here's David Broughton, 7-8-9 for the Chinooks. David grounded into a double play, popped up to third. He's 0 for 2 tonight. Jack Hostetler back on the mound. First pitch fouled off, strike one. Tim Cole got the short sleeve pullover on tonight, and the sun has remained. The wind has died down, so not a typical night here. Boy, over the years, normally really nice during batting practice, and then gradually that sun maybe gets covered by some clouds. The breezes come in off the mountains and the glaciers, and it gets chilly. Not tonight. Colonel Ted McGovern, the associate head coach, in his lightweight pullover at first base. And there's a ground ball, and Tim Cole tried to make the play and got by him. That's an error. Both the base coaches got the Scully on tonight. And, batting helmet with no ear flaps. The 1-2 pitch off the plate. Years ago, and how that came about, used to be the base coaches would just wear ball caps. And if memory serves, there was a base coach at maybe first base at Oklahoma State that actually was struck by a ball, did not have a helmet on, as Broughton, fastball in, strikes out. 3 strikeouts now for Hostetler. 8 strikeouts in the ball game for minor pitching. Now it's R.J. Rickabaugh.
R.J. Rickabaugh.
That base coach, I think he was injured and eventually passed away to those head injuries he got on a line drive off the bat of a batter. And so since then, the college rule, the high school rules have had the base coaches with helmets on. And so I don't think it's ever a bad thing. I'm all about safety. I actually prefer as a head coach to have my catcher with that full kind of hockey mask set up. Got so many hitters that come with that backswing, and that protects the back of their head a little bit better than the mask and the helmet that a lot of them like to wear. It's a little more cumbersome. The Hell mask is what it's called. It's a hockey mask type of mask for the catcher, but I think it's a little safer. The 0-2. Ground ball to short, and you catch it. High throw, and R.J. Rickabaugh safe. He's going to go to second. Here's the throw, and not on line, and Rickabaugh will reach. That's an error by the shortstop, Dom Patrizi.
Now batting out of Westmont University.
And there's your first error of the night. So an errant throw allows R.J. Rickaball. Now, are they going to, I don't know. It's not a hit. We'll see what how the online scores do. The scoreboard, I think they gave him a hit there. That is not a hit. And at the very least, it's a hit and an error. But a good throw, and he's out by a mile. So just one man's opinion there. All right. We are scoreless, top of 7. And here's the 9-hitter, Orion Medeiros. Hostetler the set, and the pitch is outside and low, ball 1. Orion tonight, hit by a pitch, fly ball to right, 0 for 1. So Rickaball, after reaching on the error, is 0 for 2. But he's reached twice. He did walk back in the second inning. 1-0 pitch to Orion. Boy, solid fastball. And Hostetler's got some hair on that fastball. It looks pretty straight, but I'll tell you what, it gets there in a hurry. 1 ball, 1 strike on the Chinook right fielder. Checks the runner. Now the 1-1. Boy, got him to chase a high fastball, and the Chinook hitters have not been able to deal with that high fastball from Hostetler. He has struck out 3 batters. He's faced 5, and he struck 3 of them out. Came on in the 6th inning. We're in the 7th. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Boy, he got fisted, and that'll move the runner over as the first baseman, Perez, catches it, steps on the bag. Rickaball over to third base. And just the second time all night the Chinooks have had a runner reach third base. Louis Zuleika reached third in the 3rd inning, and that's been it. So now you got Rickaball 90 feet away from breaking the scoreless tie. Top of the lineup, Oliver Dagenhart, 0 for 3 tonight. First pitch. Swing and a miss. There's that high fastball. Strike 1. Ollie, a liner to first, a strikeout swinging, a ground ball to third. We're in the top of the 7th. It's almost time to stretch it out. Here's the pitch. He gets fisted on the fastball inside. It's 0-2. Chinooks looking for their 5th win of the summer. They're 4-7 in ABL play, 5-9 overall. So I guess technically 6th win of the summer, but one of those is in the showcase. There's a grounder to third. Easy play here for Wilcox. Catches, throws in the dirt, and it gets away. Second error of the inning by the Miners, and there's your first run of the night. So Rickaball will score on a low throw by Chase Wilcox. 1-0 Chinooks. 2 errors in the inning.
Now batting second baseman.
And
Number 16.
now it's Louis Zuleika.
Louis Zuleika.
So you might see Dagenhart now as the Chinooks maybe try to add on here. See if he tries to get to second base with 2 outs. There's a grounder right back to the pitcher. Hostetler, easy play, and there's your inning. So it'll go 1-3 if you're scoring at the house, but the Chinooks get a run on no hits. You leave 1 runner on. It's time to stretch it out at the ballpark. Get out of your easy chair. Get out of bed tonight. Stretch it out. 1-0 Chinooks.
Sponsored by Alaska Highway Safety Office. It's time to rise and shine. And get ready to sing along.
you stretch it out at the house. Dr. John Groth with you on the play-by-play. Bottom of 7. Frankie Golko, 75 pitches as we play on in the bottom of inning number 7. 6, 7, and 8 for the Miners. Check swing. Thought he might have gone. They're going to check it. No go, says the third base umpire. This is Kellen Strohmeyer for the third time through. Liner to center. And a little fly to shortstop. He's 0 for 2 tonight. Here's the 1-0. Boy, that one dives low and inside. 2 balls, no strikes. Well, you got some activity in the Chinook bullpen. Looks like it might be Jacob Hayes down there. Swing and a miss. 2-1. And let me pull out my trusty Walmart binoculars here. And it is Jacob Hayes down there. We got a pretty good view of the bullpen here in Matsu. The bullpens are both in live ball area. With the massive amount of foul territory, it's rare that anyone ever goes over that far to make a play, but got a pretty much straight view of both bullpens. The next pitch is going to miss inside. It's full now on Kellen Strohmeyer. 6, 7, 8 for the Miners as they now trail 1-0. And there's ball 4. So that's not what you need if you're Chinooks. Leadoff walk scores 50% of the time. And Frankie has had good command tonight. He hit a batter back in the third inning. That's going to be the first walk of the night for the right-hander. And let's see how patient Coach Cole is with his starter. Now this will be pitch number 80 coming up. You're going to bunt and foul it off for strike 1. Left-handed batting catcher Logan Vaughn, 0 for 2. A fly ball to center, ground ball to second. And if you look on the live stats, it's the scoreboard operator here is not really in tune with what's going on here. 1, 3, and 0 for the Chinooks. 0, 4, and 2 for the Miners. Well, they did fix it now. Although they've got only 3 hits for the Chinooks. I'm not sure that's right. Zulaika with 2 hits himself. And, well, maybe it is 3 hits. Where's the other one? No, maybe it's just 2 hits. And there's another foul ball, and everybody goes back. Go back on my score sheet. Louis got, okay, there's the other one. Jaden Hill's got a double. So 2 doubles and a single. Zulaika's got 2 hits, and Jaden Hill's got 1. And that's it for the Nooks. So they do have just 3 hits on the night. And the Miners just 4, so it speaks to the pitching tonight. Golko has been very effective. Starter Ben Dete was effective for the Miners, and now Jack Hostetler's done a nice job out of the bullpen for the men in white. But the tying runs the board here in the bottom of the 7th with no one out. Logan Vaughn now with an 0-2 count. Another pickoff. You're going to try to wear him out a little bit over there. Strohmeyer, a right fielder by trade. We'll see if they want to turn him loose or not. See if he's got any steals. He's got 1 stolen base on the summer. Dre Kerr's got 7 on the summer. Then it's Bisaccia with 5. They're among the league leaders. And Riker Shaw also has 5. Next pitch fouled straight back. And we'll do it again with an 0-2 count. Boy, you'd love to get a double play ball here. Frankie showing some subtle signs of being perhaps a little fatigued here as he walks the leadoff hitter Strohmeyer. But he's gone 0-2 and thrown some good pitches. A little pop-up, and Broughton at third can't make the play. It was a foul ball. As that ball hit about a foot foul, Mr. Umpire immediately comes out and throws his hands up.
Attending Central Missouri, your third baseman, number 27.
No, it's a foul ball.
Chase Wilcox.
And there's confusion on the field. It's a foul ball. And It's a foul ball. Everyone goes back. Mr. Umpire needs to be more vocal than that. He was just standing there letting everybody stand around. Just throw your hands up and bring them back to the plate and send that runner back to first. But he let that go on for some reason. I'm not sure why. The PA announcer thought the hitter came up to home plate like he was going to bat the next hitter. So now you go back to Logan Vaughn, and I think he got an 0-2 count here. Golko the set. And another pickoff. He's going to try to wear that runner out over there. Kellen Strohmeyer. Again, Strohmeyer with that one stolen base. The next 0-2 pitch, high pop-up, and it's going to be Zulaika at second calling it. Makes the catch, and there's one out. Big pop, big out right there for Frankie Golko. What a nice job he's done tonight. And now you got the 8-hitter, Chase Wilcox. Hit batter, 6'3".
Wilcox.
And let's see where Frankie's at on the pitch count here. 86 pitches now for the right-hander. Next pitch. There goes the runner. Little hit and run going. And not a bad thought there by Tyler LeBrun just to try to generate some offense. Golko has been able to scatter 4 minor hits tonight in the first 6 innings of play. 6 1/3. And now you got your 8-hitter Wilcox at the plate. 0 for 1. There goes the runner. Another swing and another foul ball, and it'll be 0-2. Wilcox got hit by a pitch in the 3rd, grounded out to short in the 5th. Pitchers have done a really nice job tonight of limiting any kind of base traffic. Boy, Tommy hawked that one. It was up at the letters, and he fouls it off. You know, Jacob Hayes evidently is next in line for the Nooks, as he evidently is ready to go if needed. Not throwing any at the moment. Still an 0-2 count. Here's the pitch. Little looper in the left. Is it going to stay fair? It does, and it curves into foul territory. Brady going to have to throw it quickly, and hustling into 3rd is the base runner, Kellen Strohmeyer. So now the Miners got something going. A little flare single. What a nice at-bat by Wilcox. And he'll get the first base. He got 1st and 3rd, 1 out. Nick Bisaccia. A liner to 2nd and a strikeout. Bisaccia 0 for 2, and that might be all for Frankie Golko as Tim Cole visits the mound and hasn't made. Well, here's the call, and so it will be Jacob Hayes. We'll give you some info on Jacob when we return. All right, the new pitcher is the big right-hander Jacob Hayes, 6'5", 220. Right-handed freshman from Azusa Pacific University, Anacortes, Washington native. And as a pitcher, Jacob, a two-way guy.
Number 32, Jacob Hayes.
He's 0-0 with a 10.80 ERA. This will be Jacob's third appearance of the summer. An inning and 2/3 of work. He has struck out 1 and walked 4. Opposing hitters hitting .333 off the big right-hander. So he'll take over for Frankie Golko. What a nice job Frankie did. Ends up with 90 pitches, strikes out 5 batters, and only walked 1 unofficially. But he'll leave Jacob with a little sticky situation. Tying run 90 feet away. Go-ahead run at first base. Boy, all kinds of things you can do here with a first and third one-out situation. You can safety squeeze. You can drag bunt for a hit. You can hit and run. Run and hit. Suicide squeeze. Boy, just as a manager of this game, there's all kinds of opportunities here for them to tie this game, and if not tie it, make it. And there's the bunt, and you throw it away. Nice job. Throw it away, but into the dirt for ball 1. R.J. Rickabaugh picked that ball out of the dirt. Saved a run right there. It's 1-0. So we're at the 9 position. Nick Bisaccia, 0 for 2. A liner to second, a strikeout. So you might see the safety here. See if he squares again. He is, and he pulls back. That's called a strike. It's 1-1. Well, David Broughton was coming with the runner at third base, and Jordan Jaffe has got to hold the runner at first or he'll take off. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Going to show it again. He went after it. I thought he went after it. Yes, he did. First base umpire verifies, and it's 2 strikes. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The scoreboard's got 2 balls up there. And it's not. It's a 1-2 count. Well, the scoreboard says 2-2. I think it's a 1-2 count. There we go. They got the scoreboard right. And even our scorebook's got it wrong. Runners in the corners, 1 out. Big spot in the game here. Bottom of 7 in a 1-0 game, Chinooks. The 1-2. Fly ball, this should score the run. Brady in, though. See if he can throw him out. Catches it, throws it to the plate. Here comes the throw. Rickabaugh catches, and he got him. Double play, inning over. Chinooks hold on to the lead. Nicely done by Brady Groves. It was a shallow fly ball off the bat of the 9-hitter, Nick Bisaccia. And Brady came running in, made the running catch, kind of off balance. Had to throw on the run. He made a good enough throw that RJ picked it on 1 hop and put the tag on Strohmeyer, and it's a double play. F7 and then 7-2. And the Nooks hold on to ever so slightly this 1-run lead. We'll go into the 8th. Still 1-0. Back in just a minute.
Attending tonight. Number 15, center fielder, Jaden Hill.
Jaden Hill will lead it off for the Chinooks. They hold on to a 1-run lead, 1-0. Top of 8 now. 3-4-5 for the Chinooks. Hill, Groves, Jaffe. Hostetler back on the mound and just off the plate. 1 ball, no strikes. Well, sometimes you feed on the defense in a double play, fly ball, catch them, throw them out at the plate, generate some energy in that dugout. Foul tip by Jaden. It's quickly 1-1, excuse me. Jaden on the night, 1 for 3, a strikeout swinging, double to left, pop up to the catcher. Off the plate, 2-1. Well, you got some more activity here in that Nook bullpen. And it might be Gavin Alvetti. Pop fly out of play. 2-2 on the Chinooks center fielder. He'll bat from the right side now against the right-handed Hostetler. Here's the 2-2. Strike 3 called, backdoored him. Really good pitch right there. And Hostetler, another punch out. That's 4 in relief
Now batting,
for the right-hander from
number 23.
Whitman College. With 1 out, nobody aboard, Brady Groves. Groves has struck out twice, both looking, and walked. Well, it's not Brady Groves. This is a pinch hitter, Keaton Laidley. So Laidley will get his first plate appearance and likely take over in left field. So Brady Groves makes the great play in left field. That's always fun. And Tim Cole says, great job in defense. We're going to let Keaton hit for you here. So I've done that. I've had to do that more than I want to think about. But it's Keaton Laidley now at the plate. A 1-0 count. The pitch. Pop fly, left field. And should be an easy play for McCausland, and he gloves it for out number 2. So F7 if you're scoring at the house. And stepping in now is the first baseman, Jordan Jaffe.
Jordan Jaffe.
Jaffe 0 for 3. Fly ball to center, strikeout swinging, ground ball to short. One nothing Chinooks, top of the 8th. It's been a pitching game for both clubs. Both pitching staffs have done a good job. Both have used 2 arms so far. Looks like the Chinooks might go to Alvetti in the 8th. We'll see. Had a notion, held up. First base umpire says no swing. 1 ball, 1 strike. Jaffe looking for his first hit of the night. Boy, hits have been hard to come by on both sides. And right now, the miscues by the Miners in that 1 inning is the difference. The inning the Nooks scored, Rickabaugh reached on an error by Dom Patrizzi, and he ended up at second base, and Dagenhart reached on an error by the third baseman, and that scored the run. That was it. Boy, that ball's in the dirt. 2 balls, 2 strikes. So, boy, just not a lot of opportunities, or at least opportunities that have not been taken advantage of. The Nooks have left 7 on base, 4 in scoring position. The 2-2. Ground ball to third, and nice job by Wilcox, and he threw it away. Ball in the dirt, and it fell right at the feet of first baseman Christian Perez. So, second error of the night for third baseman Chase Wilcox. And with 2 outs, Jaffe at first.
Hitter number 25.
And Cade Smith will step in for the 4th time. A walk, strikeout swinging, strikeout looking. Cade 0 for 2. Well, the third baseman, Wilcox, fielded that fine, and not unlike the other time that he had an error, he threw low, and fortunately for the Miners, Perez was able to block it, tried to scoop it out of the dirt, could not pick it clean. Fastball inside corner, and it's 0-1. The other time the ball got away, and that allowed R.J. Rickabaugh to come around to score the only run of this game. Here's the 0-1. Boy, another good pitch. I don't know where that missed. Maybe a tick low. As Hostetler continues to pop the leather. Started this inning with 33 pitches. That's in their first strike. It's 1-2. Right now at 45 pitches for the right-hander. Encinitos, California, Whitman College. And a little looper into right field, base hit. Good piece of hitting by Cade Smith. And the Nooks, a little two-out rally going. We'll see if you can capitalize on this. Good piece of hitting by Cade Smith. Kind of got it off the end of the bat, but in the scorebook, it's a line drive. 1B9.
Third baseman, number 10.
David Broughton.
Broughton.
0 for 3. Grounded into a double play in the second inning. A pop-up to third base in the fourth, and he struck out swinging in the seventh. First pitch, right down Main Street. And it's 0-1. That is absolutely as straight as an arrow fastball. Let's see here, Chinooks on the line score. They still say 4. I'm not sure that's right. Boy, you got jammed. Tough play here. You got to hurry, and easy. Good job by Chase Wilcox to come back and make that play. 5-3 if you're scoring at the house, as Broughton got big-time jammed on the inside fastball. No runs on one hit. You leave 2 guys on. We're going to the bottom of the 8th inning. Chinooks hold on to a 1-run lead. Top of the lineup for the Miners. They trail by 1 run. It is Jacob Hayes back on the bump for the Chinooks. This is Drake Kerr for the 4th time. 1 for 3. Couple of grounders are short to go with an infield single. First pitch is a breaking ball, misses high, ball 1. Jacob Hayes came on with 1 out in the 7th, and he only faced 1 batter. And he got the double play, fly ball to left, and then the double play where Brady threw home to RJ. Wind up the middle. Boy, Jacob had to do the hula dance to get out of the way. And just like that, the Miners with their tying run aboard. So you got good speed on the bases for the Miners, and that'll be all perhaps for Jacob. We'll see. Here comes Tim Cole. You've got Gavin Alvetti, who is ready in the bullpen. And haven't made the call yet, but I think he's getting the ball, and that's it. So I think we're going to have Gavin Alvetti. We'll give you some information on him when we return. All right, Gavin Alvetti will be the new Chinook pitcher. So you can close the book on Jacob Hayes. Let's take a look at, no, let's double check here on, he ended up throwing, that's not right, 2 pitches. He threw to 2 batters. And he's going to have thrown probably about 6 pitches. So now it's Gavin Alvetti, 6 foot 180, a right-handed sophomore from the University of Central Arkansas, Searcy, Arkansas native. And Gavin was a late arriver here in Chugiak, and big shout-out, tip of the cap to Gavin and to Dustin Eisenaga, who did a last-minute community service event last Saturday. Both those guys signed some autographs for a couple hours at a Family, Faith, and Freedom event that we had Saturday in Eagle River. For Gavin, this will be outing number 3 of the summer, 0-0 with a 1.93 ERA.
Your designated hitter, number 5.
4 2/3 innings pitched. Gavin was 7 strikeouts, no walks, opposing batters hitting .278 off the sophomore from the University of Central Arkansas, Gavin Alvetti. And runner at first, no one out here in the 8th inning. First pitch, little chopper foul, as Blake Baltz will step in. 2 strikeouts, a ground ball to first base. He's 0 for 3. But you got to face the meat of this minor lineup. Boy, this is a big inning. If you navigate this part of your lineup, going to have to deal with some hitters that are a little down in the lineup to finish the ball game in the 9th. But not a lot of room for error at all. 1-0 Chinooks. And the scoreboard's line score is not an accurate one. See if we can pull up the live stats. He tries to bunt and the ball. I thought he went after that. And it's 0-2. And the line score, the Chinooks 1 run on 4 hits, no errors. The Miners, no runs, 6 hits, 3 errors. It's 0-2 on the 2-hitter, Blake Baltz. Still looking for his first hit of the night. As Alvetti will try to keep a good runner over there, Drake Kerr. He's the shortstop, and he can run. Among the league leaders in stolen bases so far. Very modest lead. And he looks like he wants to go here. Body language is saying he's, and I used to love to teach my base runners, if you're going to steal, shorten your lead by maybe half a step and get a great jump. And that's kind of what he looks like he's doing right here. He's got a little more lead this time on his right foot, not going. Swing and a miss, got him. Nice pitch by Alvetti to get Baltz for the first out here in the 8th. First strikeout for Gavin Alvetti. And unofficially 6 strikeouts now for Chinook pitching. And it's Kyle McCausland stepping in. 1 for 3 tonight for McCausland. A liner to third, pop up to third, and an infield single. And Alvetti got a chance here. Nobody up in that Chinook bullpen, so for now it's his game. And thought about going, but did not go. Called a strike. Well, you saw Kerr start that first half step and then shut himself down. And it's an 0-1 count. Might see another pick here. Not going there either. Missed inside. Well, the thing about having a runner over there is it can be obviously a distractor for the pitcher. So you start focusing on controlling the running game, which you need to do, but you also need to make quality pitches. So the running game, when it's effective, can really disrupt and help your hitting game. Alvetti, the set, the pitch. Off the plate, and it gets away. And R.J. Rickaball. I'm gonna give it a wild pitch. I don't know. I'm not sure we're gonna be able to tell from here on the live stats what they're gonna score that. But R.J. barely got the glove on it. And so I'll score a wild pitch for the moment. Doesn't really matter. The runner's in scoring position now with only one out. 2-1 is the count. As McCausland. Next pitch, swing and a miss. 2-2. Well, obviously from the pitching standpoint, the answer is just to strike him out. That's an easy thing for me to say. And you're right in the meat of this lineup. McCausland still looking for, well, actually he's 1 for 3, so just missed on a ball low. Well, I couldn't have taken that with 2 strikes. And McCausland gets the call. Payoff pitch coming up here for Gavin Elvetti. You don't really want to put the go-ahead run on if you don't have to here. Here's the payoff from the right-hander. Now he's going to step off. Taking a while here to get the signs. Gavin the set, the payoff. Little looper into center, caught at second by Luis Zuleika for out number 2. Played just enough up the middle. And there's where the running game actually might have helped the Chinooks, because Louis is over there trying to hold that runner a little bit. And he's closer to the bag than he normally would be if you didn't have a runner over there. So the little looper might have slipped into center. Because Louis was close to the bag, he was able to get that without much trouble. And that's your second out of the inning. So Alvetti has come in and struck out Baltz and got a little weak liner by McCausland. Now it's Christian Perez. Perez a grounder to short, a base hit to center, and a base hit to left. So he's 2 for 3. And we'll see if they want to walk Perez to get to Patrizzi, who has struck out twice and laid down a bunt. And that wouldn't be a bad thought with the right-on-right matchup. I think I would do it. I think I'd go ahead and walk the left-hander, Christian Perez, who's 2 for 3 and might be feeling it tonight. I don't know. They're going to go ahead and walk him. And so it's going to be an intentional walk. So the go-ahead run is now on base with 2 outs, and you're going to pitch to Dom Patrizzi, who is 0 for 3, 0 for 2, couple of strikeouts, and a sac bunt. He actually reached on the first strikeout on that wild pitch that went to the screen, laid down a sac bunt in the 4th, struck out looking in the 6th.
Number 1, Dom Patrizzi.
So now it's Gavin Elvetti against the shortstop Dom Patrizzi in a 1-0 game. Bottom of the 8th. And Elvetti trying to wiggle out of some traffic here in the bottom of the 8th. Nobody up in that Chinook bullpen, so you're going to stay with Gavin. First pitch. And that ball sails outside, and RJ scoots over and puts the glove on it for ball 1. That wasn't close. Well, you do have a little room for error here, but you got a lefty in the on-deck circle. Strohmeyer is 0 for 2 tonight. He's hit the ball hard to center and popped up to short. The 1-0. Topper right back to the mound, and Gavin reaches up, makes the play, and there's your inning. Boy, you field your position. Nice job by Gavin, and you get out of trouble. He comes in and gets a strikeout, a line out, intentional walk, and makes the play on Patrizzi for out number 3. No runs on 1 hit. You leave 2 guys on base, and you're 3 outs from a victory. It's 1-0 Chinooks. Back in just a minute.
Guys, kind of the same question, but all right, we're here in the Chinook dugout with Keaton Laley. And Keaton, I'm asking all these guys kind of the same question, but talk a little bit about where you're from, hometown, college you go to, position you play, and then maybe your story about how you became a Chinook.
I'm from Fort Worth, Texas.
Okay.
I go to school at Paris Junior College.
I know where that is.
Yes, sir.
Been there many times.
Right, yeah, we play Utah.
Hub Hollis Field?
Hub Hollis Field,
Yes.
yes, sir. How I became a Chinook?
Yeah.
Oh, position I play, sorry.
Yeah.
I primarily infielder, but recently I've been learning to play all of them.
Okay. So good utility guy.
Trying to become a great utility guy.
Yeah. Those are valuable
Availability.
people to have.
Yes, sir. That's trying to become a utility role. That's the plan. I became a Chinook. My dad played for Athletes in Action,
Really?
and he's always wanted me to play for AIA.
Okay.
And this fall, our coach was figuring out summer ball for us, and I told him I wanted to come play in Alaska for
Nice.
the Athletes
Well,
in Action team.
your dad has a camp up here, doesn't he? Or something? Do you guys have any connections up here?
Like property?
Yeah.
Yes, sir. We have a lodge on Lake Clark
Okay.
over across the inlet from Kenai.
Yes. So you've been up here probably a bunch.
Yes, sir. I was born up here in Soldotna, actually. Yes, sir. We've been up every
memory
summer.
serves me, you almost practiced with us a couple summers ago. I don't know if you knew this, but your dad.
Really?
We had talks about maybe in your high school years, Dad was wanting you to come over and work out with us a couple times a week. You didn't know that?
I don't
Okay.
remember that.
Well, I just let the cat out of the bag.
That's awesome.
Sorry, Mr. Levy. But I do
was
have
really
the
cool.
memory of that, and here you are. You're playing. This is so
Yeah,
awesome. I'm
this is
excited.
awesome.
And I'm sad that I didn't get to talk to you when you played for Paris because I called some of your games over
Oh,
at
right,
Mike
yeah.
Carter Field
When we
against TJC.
Came and played with Tyler, yeah.
So anyway, so your dad, maybe he played. That's an amazing legacy. So have you had a chance to talk to him a little bit since you've been up here about your experiences?
Yeah, I text him every now and then. We don't have service over at their place.
Okay.
So it's phone calls and stuff are limited, but I text him when I can
Right.
and we talk. It's pretty fun, but they're busy up there. They got groups and stuff coming in and out. So,
Right.
yeah.
So he's there now.
Yes, sir.
So is he going to get over here and watch any games? Is he going to get a chance to get over here?
I think they're going to be at the Kenai game. When we go to Kenai,
Oh,
they'll be
nice.
there. Yes, sir.
Is that close to where your thing is? Where your
That's
lodge-
closer than here, yes.
Right. About
Yeah.
3.5 hours to Kenai. So
Right.
that's a memorable trip to the Bingo Hilton over there in Kenai,
Yes,
Alaska.
sir.
So right on the water. It's really a neat. It's a neat deal. So and the drive from here to there, unbelievable.
It's really pretty. Yes, sir.
We've been here about 3 weeks. Any memorable things? What sticks out for you, on or off the field? Just your whole experience here. What sticks out for you the first 3 weeks?
The difference when you surround yourself with Christians and non-believers,
Right.
huge difference.
Right.
Yeah, I think that's pretty cool.
Pretty special, isn't it?
Yes, sir, 100%.
It gives you a different angle on the game.
Yeah, especially like your team.
Yep.
Yeah, that's rare. Being a full team of believers, I think that's pretty cool.
Totally changed my life when I was your age, and I'm just so happy you're here. Any other thoughts on the first couple of weeks? Just any uniquely Alaska things off the field? Besides Moose's Tooth?
Moose Tooth is great.
Yeah.
I've been hiking a few times.
Okay.
I'd say unique part was sliding down the mountain on my stomach like
Okay.
a penguin.
And you lived to tell about it.
Right, I didn't die. That was pretty cool, I thought.
Well, I appreciate you so much. It's always nice to have some Texas guys here. Okay, a lot of times there's been a few summers where I've been like one of the only Texas guys. So
Oh, yeah.
you and I can relate to some things back home in terms of Texas. But I am so glad, having been born here, that you got to realize the fact that a couple years ago, Dad was talking about maybe working out with us. That was awesome, and now it came to fruition that the Lord had it in His plan for Keaton Laley to be on this team. So
Yes, sir.
really excited for you, and hope the rest of the summer is awesome. Thanks for taking a few minutes to talk to me.
Thank you, Coach.
All right, a big shout out to Keaton Ladley. And in the interim, boy, Jack Hostetler continues to mow down the Chinooks. Strikeouts number 5 and 6 for the right-hander. And it's 1 and 2 on the leadoff hitter, Oliver Dagenhart. He puts this one in play. Big hop to short. And a nice play there by Dom Patrizzi. And it's a 1-2-3 ninth. No runs, no hits, no errors. And here you go, sports fans. As the Chinooks go in order, they have left 9 on base, 5 in scoring position. And what an outing by the relief pitcher for the Miners. 65 pitches in relief for Jack Hostetler. That was a 14-pitch inning. We are going to the bottom of the ninth, and boy, it's a close one here in Matsu. 1-0 Chinooks for the Miners. Boy, the bottom part of their lineup, you might see some pinch hitters this inning against Gavin Alvetti. Scheduled to hit Kellen Strohmeyer, catcher Logan Vaughn, and third baseman Chase Wilcox. Back in just a minute. Well, here you go. The Chinooks trying to shake off a 3-game skid here and head back to Lee Jordan with a win. But you got to get 3 outs and not give up any runs. And 31 is walking to the plate. That is Kellen Strohmeyer for the 4th time. Strohmeyer 0 for 2 with a walk. He lined out to center, popped up to short, and walked. Back in the 7th inning, the crowd will get behind the Miners, especially if they get somebody on. First pitch, ground ball right back to the pitcher. Alvetti will flip it over, 1 pitch, 1 out. Boy, that really puts a damper on things. As Gavin Alvetti trying to shut the door here on the Miners.
Now batting your catcher.
Here's the
number
catcher,
26,
Logan Vaughn.
Logan Vaughn.
0 for 3, fly ball to center, ground ball to second, a pop up to third. Gavin Alvetti. First pitch, boy, just missed, not by much. Pretty good spot there, might have fooled Mr. Umpire. Alvetti, his 3rd appearance of the summer. And got a chance to get the save here. And that's a solid fastball outside corner. 1 ball, 1 strike. Next pitch, misses low, 2-1. Well, you'd love to keep the bases clean here in the 9th, not give them any opportunity to break through and tie this game. 2 balls and a strike. Here's the pitch. Ground ball is short. Degenhart catches, throws, 2 outs. Nicely done there. And boy, you're getting ground balls, and on this field, ground balls usually mean outs because that thick grass really gobbles up the ball.
27, Chase Wilcox.
Here's Chase Wilcox, the 8-hitter. Hit by pitch, grounded to short, base hit to left field. Wilcox, 1 for 2 on the night. He'll step in from the left side. And Gavin Alvetti trying to get the save. It would be a let's see here. We got the run in the 7th. So it would be a Golco victory here. And boy, foul tipped and just went off the foot of Wilcox. Almost stayed fair. That would have been an easy put out for R.J. Rickabaugh. But there's 1 strike on the 8-hitter, Chase Wilcox. So I believe Frankie Golco is in line for his 2nd win of the summer if the Nooks can hold on here. Ground ball to second. This should do it. Louis Zuleika catches, throws. There's your ball game. What a nice job by the pitchers for the Chinooks and actually for the Miners as well. 4-3 will end the ball game. It's a 1-2-3 9th, and Gavin Alvetti will get save number 1. And it's a victory for the Chinooks. They shake off the 3-game losing streak, and the win will take them now to 5-7 in ABL play, 6-9 overall. The Miners will drop to 6-8 over. I don't know if that's accurate. I think there's some inaccuracies in our standings right now. We'll have to get with Presto on that. And technically, they're 6-9 overall, 6-8 in ABL play. But needless to say, the final line score here in Matsu, the Chinooks, 1 run on just 4 hits tonight. But the key number is the Chinooks did not commit an error tonight. The Miners, no runs. They actually out-hit the Chinooks 6-4, but the 3 errors were costly. In a game like this, when you get such good pitching from really all 5 guys that towed the rubber tonight, 3 for the Chinooks, 2 for the Miners, any kind of miscues are going to be magnified. Let's go back and wrap this one up, go through the box scores, let you know what's next for both clubs. We had 0 scoring for the first 6 innings of this ball game, and it was a Frankie Golko versus Ben Dete matchup. Now in the 6th inning, Jack Hostetler came on and he finished the ball game for the Miners. He ended up throwing 65 pitches in relief, and he did a really good job. He struck out 6 Chinooks. Miner pitching tonight struck out 11 Nooks on the evening. But the offense just couldn't score any runs for those 2 pitchers. On the Chinook side of it, the only run scored was in the top of inning number 7. David Broughton would strike out. R.J. Rickabaugh would reach on an error by shortstop Dom Patrizzi. A ground ball to first by Orion Medeiros would make 2 outs. And Rickabaugh on base at second. Well, then it was Oliver Dagenhart who hit a grounder to third, and Chase Wilcox threw it away, and that allowed the only run of the ball game, R.J. Rickabaugh, to come around to score. A ground ball by Zulaika ended the inning, but that was all the Chinooks would need. And again, your final line score, and after that, Jacob Hayes came on for 2 batters, and he got, I think he pitched a third of an inning tonight. And then it was Gavin Alvetti in the 8th and the 9th, and boy, what a nice job he did. And so you got 5 pitchers in this ball game, 2 for the Miners, 3 for the Chinooks. All of them did well. Man, when you win a game 1-0, you got to tip your cap to the pitchers on both sides. And so let's go through the box scores and give you some stars of the game. For the Miners, in that leadoff spot, Drake Kerr had a nice ball game. He goes 2 for 4. Perez in the cleanup spot, he gets a couple of hits, 2 for 3 tonight for him. And those are your 2 multi-hit players for the Miners, as they could only muster 6 hits. Golko, Hayes, and Alvetti scattered 6 minor hits in this 9-inning affair. And it wasn't much better on the Chinook side, as Louis Zulaika had the best game of any Chinook, 2 for 4 in the 2-hole tonight. Louis had a single and a double. Of course, Jaden Hill had a double tonight, and he goes 1 for 4 on the evening. Cade Smith gets a base hit. He goes 1 for 3. That's it. 4 hits for the Chinooks on the evening. And really the story are the pitchers. And let's go through the pitchers for the Miners. Ben Dete, the starter, 5 complete innings, only gave up 3 hits, no runs, 3 walks. He struck out 5 Chinooks. He faced 21 batters, and he threw 73 pitches. He gave the ball to Jack Hostetler. What a nice job he did in relief. 4 innings pitched for Hostetler. Only gave up 1 hit. He gave up 1 run. It was not an earned run. He didn't walk a batter. Struck out 6 Nooks, faced 16 batters, and threw 65 pitches in 4 innings of relief work. So Dete and Hostetler do a good job, only give up 4 Chinook hits, and the offense just can't back that up. And so on the Chinook side of the pitching, what a nice job as Frankie Golko gets his 2nd win of the summer. He now is 2-2 as he gets the win. And the save will go to Alvetti. That'll be his first save. And so for Frankie, he goes 6 1/3 innings, 5 hits, no runs, 1 walk, 5 strikeouts. He faced 26 batters, and he threw 90 pitches in his start tonight, the senior from Salem University. Then it was Jacob Hayes for 2/3 of an inning. Excuse me. He threw 2/3 of an inning. He threw, he gave up 1 hit, no runs, didn't walk a batter, did not strike out a batter, faced 2 hitters, and he threw more than 2 pitches. The box scores got him for 2. I think I had him for like 6 pitches. He gave the ball to Gavin Alvetti, and what a nice job. The young man from the University of Central Arkansas, what a shot in the arm he's been since he came in a little late. 2 innings pitched for Gavin, no hits, no runs, 1 walk and 1 strikeout. He faced 7 batters, and he threw a total of 21 pitches and earning his first save of the summer. And so a nice win for the Chinooks. They break a 3-game losing streak, and boy, it's nice to go back to Lee Jordan off of a win. And they will play, so let's talk about what's next for the 2 clubs. For the Miners, after tonight, let's see here, the 27th, and the Miners will actually have tomorrow off. So an off night for the Miners after 3 in a row. The Chinooks will host the Pilots, 6 p.m. start at Lee Jordan Field. Boy, the first time you're home in 2 full weeks, what a nice change that will be. So if you're in the Chugiak Eagle River area, please come out and support these guys. They've done a great job. They're right in the thick of the ABL race. They're coming off a win up here at Matsu, and it would be great to have a nice crowd tomorrow night at Lee Jordan Field. They got 5 home games in a row, so don't let that prevent you from coming out tomorrow night and greeting these guys. For, boy, they haven't had a whole lot of home games in the month of June. We'll finish up the month with 3 in a row, and then you got 2 more in the early part of July. Tomorrow night will be the Pilots, off Friday. Pilots again on Saturday. These Miners will come to Lee Jordan on Sunday, off Monday, and then Miners Oilers next week. A reminder, tomorrow's a 6 o'clock start, normal start time, but on Saturday, the Pilots come back to Lee Jordan for a 4 o'clock game on Saturday, and then on Sunday, even earlier, a 2 o'clock start for the Chinooks on Sunday afternoon. And so that's going to wrap things up from Palmer, Alaska, on an absolutely gorgeous night for baseball. Thanks for all the live chats. Sure was great to hear from you guys all over the place. And big shout out to everyone who chimed in on the live chat. We'll be back on the air tomorrow night from just down the road in Chugiak at Lee Jordan Field at about 5:45 Alaska time. Thanks for all the shout-outs. Thanks be to God who gives us the victory through Jesus Christ our Lord. The Chinooks won a close one, a pitcher's battle, 1-0 here in Matsu. Until tomorrow night, so long, everybody.